Well, a lot of people are making plans to head out on vacation this summer, and if you have a little extra money, you may be thinking of getting a permanent vacation home. Our friend Kristin with HerPlanning joins us to talk about renting versus buying one of those properties. Kristin, great to have you as always.
Thank you.
Okay, so first let's talk about when it comes to renting versus buying. How do you kind of, make that decision?
So first I would consider, how often are you going to use this property? If you go with your family to the beach, we were just talking about Galveston as an example, once a year for a week, maybe two, it might make more sense to rent. It would just be a lot less expensive, a lot less fuss. If you take your family to Grand Lake for the summer every year and you're there for 2 or 3 months, that may make more sense. So be honest and realistic with yourself. How often are you going to take advantage of this vacation home?
Right, it would be a lot to spend money on something like that and you're not even going.
Exactly.
All right, talk about other financial aspects. Obviously, if you buy a home, that is a large purchase. Other than that, what are some other financial aspects people need to take into consideration?
So what a lot of people are thinking about right now is, what if I bought this vacation home and then I used it to generate income? And so that works really well in certain areas, but not all. For example, if you're looking at a summer destination, you buy a property and say you want to rent it out on an Airbnb or a Vrbo, consider if people are going to be going there year round. If they're just there for the summer and you want to be there for the summer, this is not an income opportunity. This is just the way that we're making ourselves feel better about it. But if it's a place like Tulsa where there's year-round interest, people come here all the time to visit family, to go to events, to run marathons, then that might make more sense to purchase a second property with the hopes of making some income on the side.
Are people typically able to generate a lot of money renting out their property?
Sort of depends. So it's definitely something that I would do some research on with a client. The first step I always have them go through is think about your cash flow. What can you afford? Then we go online and see how much mortgage they could get and work backwards to check some local listings and figure out how much they could buy with their budget. And of course, engaging a realtor makes a lot of sense here too.
No, you definitely need some assistance.
Exactly.
Okay, so when it comes to making your decision on renting and buying, how big of an effort does lifestyle play into this?
So I would definitely consider the lifestyle you want to have when you're on vacation. And so are you the type of family or person who vacations in the same spot every single year? If so, buying might make more sense. If you like to mix it up, if you go to the beach but not the same beach every year, or if you're in different parts of the country or you're trying to mix up where you go to visit family, renting makes a lot more sense. Buying, of course, isn't just about buying the initial property. You have maintenance, you have HOA, you have to keep up the home even when you're not there, and you may have some restrictions in terms of your ability to list it on a short-term rental site. So all things to consider before you jump into buying your first vacation home.
All right, great advice, and we still got some weeks before summer.
Just a few.
I know. Thank you so much, Kristin for joining us as always.